In this video, I'm going to show you which Myers-Briggs personality type is more dominant in a relationship among INTJ and ENTJ. My name is Sam and today we're going to be talking about INTJs versus ENTJs. If you don't know anything about Myers-Briggs, it's a psychometric questionnaire that helps identify how people perceive the world and make decisions based on their preferences. So let me break down for you what makes these two types so different from one another and why they might be better suited with different partners. We can see that ENTJ and INTJ share many similar characteristics. They are both rational, J, types with dominant thinking, T, functions. Their inner world is often dominated by their logical analysis, their outer world full of strategic planning. Moreover, both types prefer to look at everything from an objective point of view. Both ENTJs and INTJs like complexity and new challenges in life, because they enjoy responding to them with creative solutions rather than following ready-made decision tree, T.C. If one has ever worked in consulting business for instance, she knows how much time should be spent on coming up with innovative ideas instead of just executing pre-defined projects or operating procedures. ENTJs and INTJs are often eager to exercise their Te and Ni functions as well, though in different ways. While ENTJ uses it to gain new dominant perspectives, INTJ prefers to think about its implications instead. In other words, ENTJ likes to put more emphasis on how things work, thus creating models and theories, while INTJ pays more attention to why they work, hence exploring further possibilities by questioning principles. ENTJs and INTJs also share a common problem. They both have inferior feeling function, F. This makes them more likely to overlook emotional factors during decision-making process. However, they can be more sensitive than people of other types because of this trait. They tend not only recognize but also appreciate others' emotions or sentiments if it's necessary. Nevertheless, there will be some areas where ENTJ and INTJ differ from each other. For example, ENTJs could be more organized than INTJs because of their tertiary thinking, S, function. An inferior C can result in messiness and disorganization. Moreover, while ENTJ likes to do things rapidly and decisively, INTJ would prefer to think more before. Thus we can see that both types have natural advantages and drawbacks when it comes to making decisions. In addition, their inner world is much different from the outside perspective. An observant person who knows them well may notice how they use their own perspectives in order to understand other people's views or feelings effectively. They communicate with others. They are not just concerned about what people mean by their words, but also what they really feel in depth. Knowing these differences will help us to better understand why ENTJs and INTJs sometimes misunderstand each other or have conflicts in love relationship. INTJs are more flexible than ENTJs when it comes to making decisions, because they are good at balancing between coherence, Phi, and logic, Te, Ni. However, there are still some occasions where they may become too stubborn. For instance, if an INTJ has decided that something is definitely true or false, they usually stick to their own judgment no matter how obvious the new evidence is. This can make them seem insensitive toward others' feelings, especially when talking about emotionally sensitive topics such as religion or. They are both rational, J, types with dominant thinking, T, functions. Their inner world is often dominated by their logical analysis, their outer world full of strategic planning. Moreover, both types prefer to look at everything from an objective point of view. ENTJs are dominant, in judging function, which means that they prefer to have definite answers for specific questions. They don't put much emphasis on abstract theories or concepts, because their tertiary Phi does not stimulate them much. This can make them impatient whenever INTJ starts talking about possibilities rather than facts. And if an ENTJ tries to avoid too many speculations when discussing the latter. INTJs are very good at reading people's thoughts and feelings by asking simple questions, thus making others feel guilty for having negative thoughts without directly saying anything mean. Therefore, it's not easy for others to criticize an INTJ without being misunderstood. ENTJs can be more straightforward, which often makes them powerful communicators, especially when it comes to business discussions. On the other hand, INTJs have a problem of generating too many ideas and possibilities in their mind, which sometimes brings stress for both themselves and others around them. In addition, they may not think much about how they come across to those who are listening to them. They also tend to be less direct than ENTJs, because their NE takes longer time processing information comparing with the latter's TE. As a result, they avoid expressing their true opinions, which is different from what people expect from them at times. ENTJs believe that action speaks louder than words, which can make INTJs upset or unsatisfied with their type of communication. In some cases, INTJs may feel influenced or controlled by ENTJ, because they prefer to talk about a few things instead of a lot, especially when it comes to making decisions. As mentioned before, INTJs are more flexible than ENTJs, but this flexibility is mainly expressed in the inner world, an INTJ's personal space, not in reality where she judges what is possible and impossible. In addition, since an INTJ prefers spending time alone more often than an ENTJ does, there might be days where they seem cold or aloof from other people's perspectives. As a result, they may be seen as mysterious or confusing by those who don't know them well enough. ENTJs tend to be more aware of the outer world, while INTJs are more attuned to their own inner world. This is another reason why these two types have trouble understanding each other in daily life. ENTJs are good at seeing patterns, relations between objects, and how systems work together. On the contrary, an INTJ's NE takes information from single facts or ideas, which makes him/her draw deeper conclusions that are less visible for others. ENTJs are often straightforward people who don't conceal what they think or feel about certain things. This can make them seem offensive because people may expect them to name a problem before talking about it. INTJs also tend to be critical thinkers who want to explore hidden meanings behind specific statements instead of judging someone by their words. This is one of the main reasons why INTJs and ENTJs have difficulty fully understanding or appreciating each other's worldviews or words. In terms of decision-making process, INTJs are more fact-driven but ENTJs are more results-driven, which can make them appear dismissive toward ideas that aren't practical enough for them to see immediate benefit. Although ENTJ may be able to discuss things thoroughly with an INTJ in order to get a deeper insight about what she thinks, does, she will eventually lose patience if the latter refuses her plan or idea because it doesn't seem feasible or logical enough in the end. The biggest challenge for this type of relationship is that both individuals are independent and direct people, which can make it difficult for them to get along. In addition, they may find each other's communication style boring, because of their different preferences in discussion. In order for this relationship to work out well, an ENTJ has to understand INTJ's need for privacy while an INTJ needs to give her partner more time and space to explain her way of thinking instead of feeling upset when the latter won't talk about a subject immediately. ENTJs may want more frequent reassurances than INTJs do when something bothers them. Therefore, the former might be seen as annoying or clingy at times by the latter. Also, INTJs are good at sinking into their inner world, where only they know what is going on, which makes it difficult for ENTJs to understand them fully. On the other hand, INTJs feel misunderstood by ENTJs, because they tend to have a level of confidence that can be misunderstood as cockiness or arrogance by others. All in all, INTJ and ENTJ relationships depend a great deal on how much these two parties know about their own personality traits and believe in being honest with each other from the beginning. In addition, being direct with each other is vital in this relationship, because it helps both types understand each other better and take steps forward instead of getting stuck in the same old pattern every time they meet up. Hope you find this video, INTJs versus ENTJs. Who is more dominant in relationship? And if you want more videos on highbrow, make sure you subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on future videos. If you feel the content is useful, please hit the like button. I really hope this video helps, and if you have any questions or doubts, please leave a comment below, and we will revert back.